Damodara Radhe Vardhana Vesha Hare Nishputare Dave Pinashe Radha Vrishabhanu Radhe Navashashilaka Lalita Sakiruna Ramita Vishake Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhav Daite Karuna Guru Mayi Karuna Varite Sanaka Sanatana Vardita Charite Radhe Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Guru Deva, Bhakta Bandhav Shila Guru Deva. Jai Radha Pinat Bihari, Radha Pinat Bihari Radhe. Jai Om Jnanadmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandaya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tanbhaktaya Namo Namaha Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Shri Rupanuga Pravaram Rajala Sarasigam Cha Narayanantam Prabannam Shri Guru Charanam Mande Ramana Prashtaya Bhutale Rupanuga Bhaktidam Cha Kripamurti Narayanam Seva Kunja Vraja Ramye Govardhana Girosara Radha Kunja Rasanande Tattat Seva Pradayakam Gurum Narayanakyam Tam Vande Vinora Prashtakam Yatparasmriti Matrena Damodara Prasidati Vanchakalpadrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyavacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavananyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurattishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandha Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Harike Bhaktya Vihina Parada Lakshay Kshiptascha Kamarita Rangamadye Kripamayitam Saranam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Sharanarabindam Bhajami Radham Aravinda Netram Smarami Radham Madhurasmitasyam Bhajami Radham Karuna Bharadram Tato Mamanyasti Gatirnakapi Tavai Vasmi Najivami Tvaya Vina Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantike Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. First of all, of my sister and Pranam, thousand times Lord Siddha Shri Paramaradham Guru Pada Padma Vishnu Bhasha Shri Bhakti Varanta Narayan Sani Varashri Dev. Second of my sister and Pranam, thousand times Lord Siddha Shri Rupanaga Gauri Guru Varga. Of my sister and Pranam, thousand Guru Vaishnava Vaishnava. Continuing with the reading of Sri-Damodara Ashtakam. Verse 5. Idam te mukam bojam abhyakti nilay vitam kuntalashtinta raktashta gopya. Muhur chumbitam bimba raktadarang me manasavirastam alam lakshalabhay. Divdarshini vritti. By Shri Guru Pada Padma. In the previous verse, it was as though Shri Bhagavan had become pleased by Satyavat Muni's devotional sentiments and said, O sage, I am satisfied with you. Ask a benediction from me. In response, Shri Satyavat Muni prayed, O Prabhu, O Master of all those who grant benedictions, you are the most exalted. There is no limit to the blessings you can grant. But my dear Lord, none of those boons are of any use to me. In the present verse, Sri Satyavat Muni prayed, Idam te mukam bojam. All I want is to see your exquisitely beautiful lotus face in my heart again and again. He is remembering the indescribable beauty of Sri Bhagavan's lotus face in the form as Bal Gopal. The previous verse, he was desiring to have darshan of that Bal Gopal, his whole Sarup. But now, being more and more, as his feelings for this Bal Gopal is rising in his heart, now he simply desires to witness his, stare and gaze at his face. That face which is being kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda or Srimati Radharani. Sri Satyavat Muni only had a glimpse of that form within his heart, spurti, during his meditation. What was it like? At first, the sage uses the word Bhakta. It is beyond the grasp of material mind or material words. Further reflecting on what he saw in his spurti, he says, his lotus face is encircled, avritam, by dark black curls of hair, which have a soft red glow that makes them look like bumblebees. Mother Yashoda and the gopis kissed that lotus face again and again. In the previous verse, Sri Satyavat Muni prayed to see Shri Krishna's Bala Gopal form within his heart. But now he is praying specifically to see his beautiful lotus face, which he yearns to kiss. He wonders, I want to achieve something so rare. Will this hope of mine ever be fulfilled? This present verse marks an escalation of the intense longing developing within Sri Satyavat Muni's heart. At first, by the power of sadhu sangha, an inclination to serve Shri Krishna enters the heart. When one another are gradually driven away by performing bhajan in sadhu sangha, the inclination to serve Shri Krishna will continue to increase, and one's consciousness will blossom more and more through the progressive stages of love of God, beginning from nishtha, then through ruchi, asakti, and bhav, and finally prem. However, a profound concept must be considered regarding each soul's ultimate development of love for Krishna. If the intrinsic and eternal inclination of a particular soul is to dedicate himself to Sri Bhagavan in the mood of a servant, dasya das, then his deepest inner hankerings will only be fulfilled by that mode of service. His service tendency will never proceed beyond dasya das. In other words, for someone who has dasya rati, only dasya bhakti will satisfy him. Satya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, this will never satisfy his heart. Only if he is engaged in serving the Lord in that, according to his own inner inclination, according to his own inner rati, then he will be satisfied. Therefore, that for him is perfect. That is perfection. Sri Satyavat Muni's prayers reveal that his mood is destined to develop beyond dasya rasa. And that is why this verse expresses increasing longing within his heart. The fact that he wants to kiss the face of Bal Gopal indicates that he wants something more than dasya rasa. He's indicating here, at least minimum vatsalya rasa is indicating here. Like Mother Yashoda kisses the face of Krishna, now he is also desiring to express this kind of love and moods towards Krishna. We can understand his situation by considering the history of Gopkumar. Even when Gopkumar has attained residence in Vaikuntha, his inner hankering was not satisfied. It was not even satisfied when he reached Ayodhya or Dwarka within Vaikuntha. Finally, he reached Golok Vrindavan, and when he experienced loving exchanges with Krishna in the mood of friendship, Sakyabhav, all his desires were at last fulfilled. His mood never went any further. Similarly, Sri Satyavat Muni's longing is advancing through progressive levels of bhakti. Each sadhak will relish the sweetness of Sri Krishna's pastimes according to his own relationship, sambandha with him, and also according to his qualification, adhikar. And thus, in the description of Sri Krishna's lotus face being kissed again and again, Srila Sanatana Goswami explains that the word Gopya can refer to either Mother Yashoda or Sri Radhika. The phenomenon of relishing Sri Krishna's pastimes according to one's own mood is illustrated in the following example. Once, upon seeing scratch marks on her son's limbs, Mother Yashoda exclaimed, "Oh, where did all these scratches come from?" Kundalata, who was standing nearby, heard this and commented, "Your son performs Ras at night. These marks are from that." Ras Lila is the prominent pastime in Madhurya Ras, conjugal love. So how could Mother Yashoda be privy to this amorous pastime? The answer is that Mother Yashoda was simply inquiring like an ordinary mother who was worried about the scratches on her son. Still, she is not necessarily unaware that her son is in fact performing Ras Lila. In other words, she may have this knowledge or some suspicion. But in this instance, she is seeing the scratches, then she is simply asking, "Oh, where have they come from?" This curiosity has come. Why? Because she has a protective mood for Krishna. Why is my Lala, why is my Krishna scratched? Therefore she is inquiring. Vatsalya Ras assists and nourishes Madhurya Rasa. Nevertheless, as soon as Mother Yashoda heard Kundalana's reply, she at once said, "My darling boy is still breastfeeding. He does not even have his milk teeth. He can barely speak. He just talks in broken, childish language. But you are saying he engages in amorous affairs at night? My dear young lady, you do not know. I will tell you how he got these marks. When he takes the cows into the forest to graze, he loses himself in play with other boys. Sometimes while chasing stray calves, he runs through many thorny bushes. He is so absorbed in playing at such time that he is not even aware that he is being scratched. That is where these marks have come from." In other words, her Vatsalya Bhav is so strong, even she may have knowledge of Krishna's or be aware that Krishna performs Raj, but her Vatsalya Bhav is so strong that is her permanent mood, that is how she sees everything through that eyes. So in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu it describes there the five rasas, there's five Mukhya rasas, seven Gauna rasas. And some rasas they actually assist other rasas, but some rasas are incompatible with each other. So Vatsalya rasa is actually not incompatible with Madhurya rasa in the sense that it can assist and nourish it. But for detailed description of the different rasas, we'll have to see Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which rasas actually are compatible and which ones are incompatible.
Also, sometimes when they're Yugalas they're quickly dressing in the morning, and Radhika takes by accident Krishna's yellow pitambara, and Krishna takes her blue one. But Radhika, Mother Yashoda thinks that blue pitambara is Baladev. She doesn't think it's Radhika.
Yes. But on the other hand, we also see that when Jotila Kutila, they see Krishna's Pila Pitambara, then they become suspicious.
Oh, you're just old and it's the light from the window coming in and making it look golden. Making it...
Yeah, then they point, then Vishaka Saki or Lalita Saki will point to the window. See, the light is coming through and it is shining on the Pitambara. Then they'll turn their head like that, look at the sunlight, and when they turn their head, then they'll quickly switch the Pitambara. Then she'll turn back and then she'll see. And she'll focus her eye and oh, yes, you're right. It is actually blue. So all these moods and these pastimes are actually described where? In Ujjvala Nilamani. This is a specific trait of the gopis. It's called deceiving the mother-in-law. They have to learn this skill, how to deceive the mother-in-law. Sometimes there will be so many situations may arise. And at that time one will have to be extremely witty, extremely clever, in order to be able to arrange for the meeting of Radha Krishna and keep that secrecy. Like another example Rupa Goswami gives, Radhika is very eager and dying in separation to meet Krishna. But Jotila Kutila are keeping close watch. Then Mother Yashoda, this Lalita will tell Mother Yashoda, oh, I'm going to tell Jotila, today there is going to be a special Surya Puja, but we need the milk from a specific calf. The calf has to be golden in color, but has to have black colored hooves, and it should have also white on the forehead, like she'll make some description, like impossible description. And then they go, and they have so many hundreds and thousands of cows. I'm not sure how many cows actually Abhimanyu has, but he has over thousands of cows. So then they go, okay, we go to the Goshala. And they're spending time, Abhimanyu, Jotila, all three of them will go there. We have to find this calf. And they're looking, not this one, that one. And they're spending their time there. And then Lalita and Vishaka will quickly take Radhika out of Yavat and go to meet Krishna.
Vishwabhanu Maharaj has 11 lakhs. Nanda Maharaj has 9 lakhs.
Yeah, they have 9, but I'm not sure Abhimanyu how many cows he has. I'm not exactly sure. But all the different Gopas, they have so many cows. So in this way, Ujjvala Nilamani is a complete description of Madhurya Rasa. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is a description of Santa to Vatsalya with Madhurya Rasa in summary. But the subject matter of Madhurya Rasa is so expansive that Rupa Goswami came to the conclusion that the topic of Madhurya Rasa would have to be explained in a separate book, and that book is called Ujjvala Nilamani. It's basically an extension of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, but only touching the topic of Madhurya Rasa in great detail. Whereas in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Madhurya Rasa has been summarized only. And if you read Bhaktivinoda Thakur Jaivedharma, there he summarizes essence of Ujjvala Nilamani, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, everything there in the 3rd chapter. The devotee will hanker for a particular ras according to his own eternal mood. Srila Sanatana Goswami presents Sri Satyavat Muni as a perfect example of this. According to his own mood, Sri Satyavat Muni is trying to awaken within his own heart the bhav of one of Sri Krishna's eternal ragatmik jana by performing sadhana bhajan under their guidance. In other words, Satyavat Rishi he is doing sadhana in the true sense because he's trying to awaken his nitya siddha bhav. Only when we perform sadhana to awaken our nitya siddha bhav, our eternal mood, then it is called sadhana. Otherwise, it is only a semblance of sadhana, sadhana bhas. Following in the footsteps of Sri Satyavat Muni, a sadhak should think, if earrings which are only gold can kiss the cheeks of Sri Krishna, then why can't I? Certainly I will also do this. With this yearning, he should endeavor to attain his goal with the conviction that he does not need any other benediction. Such endeavor is called abhidheya. In other words, when you seek nothing but to serve Krishna according to your desired mood, then you can understand that now, we're entering into the realm of abhidheya. But in the true sense, abhidheya starts when? It doesn't start from sadhana bhakti, but starts truly from bhav bhakti. Because sambandha abhideya prayojan. Sambandha is the intermediate relationships between Bhagavan, Jiva and Maya. Understanding the intermediate relationship between these three is called sambandha jnana. Abhideya means the process by which we can attain our ultimate goal. And prayojan is the ultimate attainment, the ultimate goal that is to be achieved. So in order to understand what is abhideya, the means, we have to first determine what is the goal. And what is the ultimate goal for all jivas is to develop Krishna Prem. Krishna Prem Prayojan. So if Prem is the Prayojan, then what is the means to achieve Prem? That is Bhav. Only by doing Bhav Bhakti, by doing Bhav Sadhana can we achieve Prem. Sadhana Bhakti leads to Bhav Bhakti and Bhav Bhakti leads to Prema Bhakti. So real true abhideya begins where? From Bhav Bhakti. And that is described by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nayanam galat ashtudhara varanam gadgara rudhaya gira ulagai nisitam babu kada tava nama grahane bhavishyati. These are the external symptoms of Bhav Bhakti. The internal symptoms are what? Yugayadam nimeshena chakshusha pravishayadam shunyayadam jagat sarvam govinda virahenam. These are the internal moods of someone who is developing Bhav for Krishna. Intense separation. Every moment in separation of Krishna seems like a yuga. And in meeting, yugas can pass, but it will seem just like a moment has passed so quickly. Therefore, even in the sadhana stage, you can understand. If you're doing seva, or you're sitting in class, and you're looking at the watch, this is taking a long time. It means you're not really relishing that harikatha, your mind and the consciousness is not there. It is only you're doing it as a duty, and therefore you don't really want to be there. But if you're really relishing the harikatha, really relishing your seva, then when the time comes for the harikatha to finish, then you will be disappointed. So quickly it finished. Then you will lament, how it finished so fast. Then you can check your own pulse. So where is your desire, where is your interest, where are you appointed to? Therefore, the Sadha Abhideya starts truly from Bhav Bhakti. So, therefore, at that stage of Bhav, then the sadhak is truly one-pointed. And he only wants to develop those specific eternal moods that are directly related to his Atma or Krishna. And he's always endeavoring for that and nothing else. When he at last attains his own eternal constitutional mood of service in one of the 5 rasas, then he will attain the ultimate goal, the stage of Prayojana. Whose prema is stronger? Mother Yashoda's prema for her darling son is certainly stronger than his prema for her. Her prema can control Krishna and bind him. If any devotee hears the pastime of Mother Yashoda binding Krishna with her prema, and of her kissing his lotus face again and again, a longing will enter his heart. If I follow in the footsteps of Mother Yashoda, perhaps I will also be able to kiss the lotus face of her darling boy. But who kisses Sri Krishna's face the most? More than anyone else, Srimati Radhika drinks the nectar of Sri Krishna's lotus face by kissing it again and again. At the beginning of this Ashtakam, Sri Satyavat Muni was praying in the mood of Dasya Rasa. Now in this verse, his prayers are imbued with the desire to enter into the mood of Vatsalya Rasa. May that supremely charming lotus face, which is kissed again and again, by Mother Yashoda, manifest within my heart forever. In the very first verse, he's saying, Namam Ishwaram Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokula Brajamanam. When he's saying Namam Ishwaram, he's saying Namaha. He's offering obeisances in the mood of Aishwarya Bhav. Bhagavan is Sachidananda Rup. And this is why he's glorifying. It's an indication of his Dasya Bhav. But here, saying, Mohus Chumbita Mimba Rakta Darangme Manasya Virastam Alam Lakshalabha. I want that beautiful lotus face of Krishna being kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda to manifest in my heart forever. This is a strong indication of Vatsalya Prem. In the same way, every sadhak will initially consider himself to be the servant of Sri Krishna in a general sense. In other words, we have to start from where? Dasya Bhakti. However, by performing intimate service and by acquiring Bhagavan's mercy, he will gradually progress, and a deep longing to perform service under the guidance of one of Sri Krishna's eternal associates, Anugatya Seva will begin to manifest within his heart. Therefore, the Vaishnava was describing the other day that Anugatya Seva, this is very, very important. The Katyayani body is all about coming under the guidance, the Anugatya of the Braj Devis, the Braj Gopis. Without the Anugatya, then how can we attain any kind of perfection? If we don't want to become the servant of the servant of the servant of the Braj Gopis, then what are we aspiring to become? If you desire, I want to become Gopi, then this is Ahamguru Upasana. Trying to become the object of your worship. The Gopis are our worshipful objects. Therefore, we want to become the servant of the servant of the servant. We will finish here and we will continue tomorrow with this. The brothers will now read some Gila Pushpamanjali.
Can I ask one question about this?
Here. Verse 5. I worship Lord Chaitanya Chandra, the supremely independent ocean of mercy, who with his ropes of mercy quickly lifted me from the endlessly troublesome dry well of household life, from which escape is very difficult, who gave me the shelter of his feet, which rebuked the beauty of lotuses, and who gave me to Maharaj.Damodara Goswami. In his Sri Brihad Bhagavatamrita, yesterday we were hearing how the gopis, when they are seemingly drowning in the ocean of separation, that unhappiness is actually the greatest happiness. They are not actually experiencing suffering. In this world, suffering is suffering. There's no way around it. There is loss there. There is no gain. But in the spiritual world, viraha of separation is full of bliss, is full of happiness. And therefore the Atma is actually fulfilled by that separation. So the Vaishnava Guru Bharatam is saying there is no sign of unhappiness in their constitution. Sometimes their happiness looks like unhappiness. Srila Sanatana Goswami is giving the example of fire and ice. Once I went with some others to take darshan at Badrinarayan, where the Ganga emerges from the mountains. The Ganga is very narrow there, and there is very little water at that point. It was almost winter, just before the roads were closed by snow. Badrigashram, this darshan opens when? From Akshaya Tritiya. And then it will close during the end of the summer, before the winter starts. Not sure exactly what date, but it stays open, it doesn't stay open for too long. So, during Param Gurudev's time, Param Gurudev, Srivakam Goswami Gurudev, they all walked actually up to Badrikashram. Kedarnath, Badrikashram, Gangotri, Yamunotri, all these places. That time there was no, now the government made road, there's buses go, and you can go by helicopter and all these things. Before it was very, very difficult, and the safest way would be to go by walking, and it was the cheapest way. And there was no public transport that time. Even now when the buses go, time to time the buses, the brakes fail or anything happens and they swerve off the road and all the actors they die. It's very dangerous. So for walking you need at least minimum 1 month to 2-3 months time to do the full darshan. So it was almost winter, just before the roads were closed by snow. Snow was already falling, and as we walked, our feet were sinking in that snow. Because there was no attached bathroom, in the morning we had to go into the forest near the river to perform our morning duties. After that, when we took water from the river, it seemed like our hands had just gotten cut. The water of Ganga was so cold that it was burning, it was like burning fire. So when something becomes so cold, it actually burns. In the West, they have dry ice. You ever touch dry ice? You touch it, it burns you. It's so cold that it burns you. So, this is the Buddha explained that when he was taking bath, then it was like burning. So cold. In the similar way, Sanatana Goswami is telling that in heavy prayer, in separation, in its extreme stage, remembrance of Krishna becomes so intensified that one thinks Krishna is meeting with me. Separation becomes like meeting. There is no instance of this anywhere in the world. So it seems like it's unhappiness, but it's really happiness. So you touch dry ice. It seems like it's burning, but it's cold. It's actually opposite. Raghunath Das Goswami is sitting at Radhakund and remembering, I was serving Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at the Gambhira. I saw that while he was immersed in deep viraha, crying Krishna Krishna, he sometimes jumped into the ocean. Once Mahaprabhu was caught in the net of a fisherman. At that time he had almost no shape because all his bodily joints had become separated. The fisherman thought, he is a ghost, and that ghost has captured me. He thought that the ghost had possessed his mind, and he at once ran away. Giridhari saw that fisherman, and after questioning him, slapped him and uttered a mantra, as if to exorcise the ghost from his body. He then said, "Oh, your ghost has gone away." Having calmed the fisherman, Giridhari and the devotees began their kirtan around the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. After some time, Mahaprabhu came to external consciousness, and his body resumed its normal shape. He joined the kirtan, and later they all returned to Gambhira. Raghunath Das Goswami was so fortunate to be able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the Gambhira and witness in him the signs of Srimati Radhika in separation. He was Tadatma with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in his Mantali Swarup, he was also Tadatma with Srimati Radhika. In the night time when Mahaprabhu was in Gambhira, at that time no one else was allowed there. But in the daytime, Mahaprabhu would meet with his devotees here and there. Sometimes in the Gambhira, sometimes They will be performing Rath Yatra here and there, many places. But the last 12 years that Mahaprabhu, then he always stayed in the Gambhira, he never left the Gambhira. He said Mahaprabhu, he spent 24 years in Navadip. 6 years he spent traveling to South India to Bandhav. How much is that? That is 30. Then another 12, that is 42 and 48. So 6 years he performed pastime in Puri. Then after 6 years of performing pastime in Puri, then he received this message from Ayurvedacharya. One madman is speaking to another madman. The marketplace, there's abundant rice in the marketplace. There's no more need to distribute this rice. When he heard that, then he realized, oh, now the fruits of Krishna have been distributed. Mahaprabhu thought the external reasons for my coming to this world, the distribution of Ragmarg, this has been accomplished. But he was thinking, but I want to fulfill my inner desires, to understand the Pranaya Mahima of Srimati Radhika. Mahaprabhu had realized something, but he thought, I want to realize and relish more. And then I don't have much time. Then he got very serious, and then he would stay in the Gambhira all the time.
Giridhari Pandit allowed her, why didn't he come to Gambhira to see Mahaprabhu at that time?
Maharaj knows the answer to all these questions, but he is very, very tricky. So Giridhari Pandit is Srimati Radhika. Gurudev describes that Radhika, she is in an ocean of separation. And she knows what it's like to be in separation from Krishna. And in that condition, she knows that there's no way to pacify that separation. And also, Radhika thought that if Mahaprabhu is to be absorbed in my mood, if I'm there in the presence of Giridhari Pandit, it may awaken some remembrance of Krishna in Mahaprabhu. In order to stay, therefore he stood, Giridhari Pandit stayed far away from Mahaprabhu. And so that Mahaprabhu would be fully absorbed in the mood of Radhika, and there should be no obstacle, no disturbance. And Gurudev gives an example that if in a village, a wife, her husband dies, then she'll weep and all the ladies in the village will come to pacify her. Then if a week later another woman's husband dies, then again all the women will go there to pacify her. All of the women will go there except for one. Which woman? The one whose husband had died 1 week earlier. Because she knows that when my husband died, when all the women they came, tried to pacify me and console me and give me company, it was of no use. I didn't feel any relief. Therefore, what is the use of me going now there? By me going there, I'm not going to be able to pacify her anyway. Giridhari Pandit knew that when I'm in separation from Krishna, separation is so intense that there is no remedy. There's no means to pacify that separation. Except for only if Krishna himself comes, then he can pacify them. Therefore, if Mahaprabhu is in my mood as Radha in the Gambhira, relishing the mood of separation, as Giridhari Pandit, if I go there try to pacify him, there's no way I can pacify. And on the other hand, also if I'm there as Giridhari Pandit, and if Krishna realizes or becomes aware that I am Radha, then he will become aware that he is Krishna. Then his absorption in my moods will be obstructed and blocked. Therefore, Giridhari Pandit always remained at a distance. The Mahaprabhu would go to visit Giridhari Pandit at Tata Gopinath in the daytime and hear Harikatha from him. To learn the moods of Radhika, Giridhari Pandit would speak the Bhagavatam and the Mahaprabhu. Because Bhagavatam is the glories of Srimati Radhika. Every single word, every single verse, every single syllable is Radhika's glories. So who is better than Radhika herself to explain her own glories? Therefore Mahaprabhu would learn Radha's moods in the daytime from Giridhari Pandit, then in the night time he would go to the Gambhira and then he would practice them there. And Maharaj is blessing us, then we can also understand and realize something of Gurudev Harikatha. But here it's being said that understanding that the mercy of Srimati Radhika is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Raghunath Das Goswami is praying to him. By your mercy alone, I have come to realize all these things. He is now sitting at Radha Kund, which is Srimati Radhika herself, feeling great separation and praying Chaitanya Chandra Maham Bhajan. I am bowing down to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. This is the purport of this sloka. In other words, Mahaprabhu is who? Not different from Radha and Krishna, but an embodiment of Radha and his mercy. From the 7th sloka until the end of all the verses will be of Manjari Bhav, feeling separation and praying to have the service of Srimati Radhika. In the entire Vilap Kusumanjali, only 3 slokas are of Prakat Bhav, external manifest mood. These are certainly very valuable topics. You should hear and read these slokas, and always keep the ideas in your heart. Preach, but keep these feelings inside. These topics are not for preaching to the general devotee audiences. They are only for oneself and a very few qualified persons. We can only understand Radha and Krishna by understanding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For example, it is stated in Shastra that Radha became Satyabhama, Radha became Lakshmi, or Radha became Sita. What is the meaning of became? It is not that Radhika and the gopis directly became their expansions. We should be like Raghunath Das Goswami. In other words, Radharani is the source of all Lakshmis. But it's not that Radharani directly expands into Mahalakshmi. It's not like that. Rather, there is a gradation how the expansions take place. We can see that. Like Krishna he manifests first as Vrindanandan Shamasundar, then he manifests as Mathura's Krishna, then Dwarkadash Krishna. Then the second Chaturvyuha, Vasudev, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarshan. Then the first Chaturvyuha, then the second Chaturvyuha. First Chaturvyuha is in Dwarka, the second Chaturvyuha is in Vaikuntha. So similarly, Radhika, she also expands through her Shaktis. From Radhika, we can understand that Satyabhama is described to be a manifestation of Radhika. Rukmini is described to be manifestation of like Chandravali. And in this Kalindi is manifestation of Vishaka. Different gopis, they become different patrani, different queens. And these are the Mahishis. Then we can understand from them, then we can understand that the Lakshmis are manifest. There is a gradation. So that every single Shakti is directly manifestation of Radhika. Those who are directly manifestation of Radhika, they are the Kaya Vyuha Swarup of Radhika. And they are the Braj gopis in Braj. But all the other queens, they are not manifested directly from Radhika in that sense. They are manifestations there in Dwaraka. So here, we should be like Raghunath Das Goswami. Although he has only written one sloka for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, whereas most of the others are for Radha and Krishna. He is so indebted to Mahaprabhu. He is not thinking that Radha and Krishna are other than Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ordered that we do Krishna Bhajan, and we do that. He has said to always remember the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, and we are obeying that in order to serve him. Whatever we are receiving, whatever we are realizing, whatever we are thinking, it is all to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, Mahaprabhu is the Balan Shiksha Guru of Sampradaya. He is the Guru of all Gurus. Sarva Guru Tamaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya. And therefore, we are Gaudiya Vaishnava, Gaudiya Sampradaya. We are aspiring to follow in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu. The method of bhajan, his teaching, everything, all his moods, we are trying to follow in that. And Mahaprabhu, he came to distribute one mood, Unnata Ujjala Rasam Swa Bhakti Shriyam. The moods of the Palidasis of Srimati Radhika. Therefore, and these are being now expressed in this Vila Kusumanjali. So how can we understand? Only by hearing from Gurudev, hearing from the Vaishnavas, can we understand something of this subject matter. Shastra is very elusive. And also the words of Guru and Vaishnavas can be very elusive. And therefore, Shraddha is required and guidance is required. Our Guru Varga, they help us, they unpack, they help us explain. everything that is here. This concept of Manjari Bhav, this word Manjari even, if you study the Goswami's writing, where can you find this word Manjari? It's not written anywhere. Simply it's not. Maybe one or two places it might be mentioned. But very, very rare. But our Guru Bhargava, they have described. They have taken the teachings of our Goswamis and explained that these moods are pertaining to the Manjaris. They are the Nitya Sakhis, they are the Pran Sakhis of Srimati Radhika. And then they have our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharyas coming after the Goswamis, they have defined these terms more and more. And in this way, the Guru and Vaishnava, they are helping us understand even furthermore. Helping us understand subjects like Katyayani vrat, helping us understand all these Keshav vrat, all these different teachings. During Gurudev's time, Gurudev was aware so many Vaishnavas are performing Katyayani vrat, but he never objected. He said, one time he said, Katyayani vrat is coming. Those who desire to follow, they will follow. Those who don't desire to follow, they will not follow. One time there was someone who was saying, making joke, laughing, Katyayani vrat is starting like this. In Gurudev became very grave. He said, at least they are doing sadhana, he said. I remember I was there in Govardhan when this happened. So, in Guru Vaishnava, they are also seeing, also if someone's mood is antagonistic and someone asks a question to Guru, the Guru's answer will also be according to that person's mood. If someone has doubt, what is this Katyayani vrat? Why we should follow? Then Guru will say, yes, don't follow the Katyayani vrat. This Katyayani vrat should not be followed, this, that. Why? Because that person's mood is like that. And if Guru will say, follow Katyayani vrat, then some doubt will come in that person's heart. They may leave their bhakti, their doubt in Guru may come down. So if they have no adhikar, the Guru will say, yes, don't follow. This is not to be followed. But then, at the same time, what is Guru then saying? He says, yeah, don't worship Mahamaya. Don't worship Durga. But definitely, you should worship Yoga Maya. You should worship Srimati Radhika. Pray to Radha and Krishna. So, this, how do we understand? By associating with Guru Vaishnavas and by serving them. And slowly, all these moods and everything manifest in our heart. We'll stop here today and we'll continue tomorrow. Gaur Brahmananda Hare 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 Bol Jai Shri Guru Pada Padma Ki Jai Guru Parampara Ki Jai Sachinanda Gaur Hare Ki Jai Saparsada Gaur Hare Ki Jai Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Anandavadi Vaishnavinda Ki Jai Katyayani vrat Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Brahmananda Hare 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 Bol.
I want to say Dasya. You said Satyavrata Muni. In this verse, he wants to kiss the face of Gopal. It means he's progressing from Dasya into, but it means in Dasya Ras, the dancers in Goloka, they never kiss the face?
No, in Dasya Ras they are not desired for kiss. No. You ever see Hanuman kissing Ram's face?
No.
Hanuman never, those in Dasya Ras, they will never have that. They want to serve, like you are serving Guru Pada Padma, serving Guru Vaishnavas. Just for example, okay, just say there's any senior female like Shamarani Nidhi. If you are serving her, you will desire to kiss her face? No. You will want to serve according to her desire. If any brahmacharis are there, they are serving Guru Pada Padma, they will also want to serve according to Guru Dasya. This kissing the face is a symptom of Vatsalya Prema, Madhurya Prema.
The service in the house of Yasoda Maya, these things, they don't do this.
The servants, no, they will not. They will serve, they will assist the Vatsalya Parikar. But this desire is longing to kiss the face, this is a Vatsalya Prema. If anyone in Madheshwari's house, this desire comes into them, then that means their Dasya is mixed with some Vatsalya. So if any servant is desiring to kiss Krishna's face, that means some Vatsalya Bhava is definitely manifested in their heart. It's not a symptom of Dasya, Vatsalya.